Hi, this is Jared from Shoenome, and today we're going to talk about find and select. Find and select, which is Command F, or if we go up to the help menu and type in find and select, we can find it under edit. So if we go over to edit, find and select, we get this right here. And it's pretty straightforward how to use. We got the criteria, what we're looking for. So if this is all elements, we hit plus, we get all the elements. We can also say, let's do say 2D types, and if we hit minus, we're now going to remove from our selection the 2D elements. Pretty basic. Now, you can also click here and go add and go parameters and properties, or click here and add and get this flyout. And basically, any sort of criteria that's listed here, you can use. So it can be the ID, it can be Archicad properties, it can be IFC properties, it can be whatever you want it to be. So for instance, we could say we want position. So let's go 3D types, position, exterior. Let me deselect everything first and hit plus. So now all my 3D elements that have the position exterior have now been selected. It's pretty neat. Now, with find and select criteria, one of the things that's nice is once you have some of these criteria set, say position, and let's go with element ID. So we've got this. If you use the eyedropper, it's going to set up the find and select criteria to match whatever element you selected. So I just eyedroppered an exterior wall. So its ID is exterior wall and its position is exterior and it's a wall. So now I'm just selecting those. Similar if I eyedropper an interior wall, you can see that the find and select criteria is updated to match that wall. Now I can do that. Again, if I do the tub, now it's looking for element ID tub interior. So if you have a set of criteria, you don't have to find the criteria. You can set the criteria you're looking for and then eyedropper an element that you want. So I just eyedroppered a polyline, and hit plus, I get all the polylines. Now if I do that, I'll just get the walls, etc. That's the basics of find and select. Now, there's also criteria sets here. So built in are a couple, and we've got some custom ones. So built in, all types, all elements that are visible and unlocked. And then we got some inverted ones, all 2D types, all 3D types. Those are somewhat interesting. Down here, we've got things like unclassified elements. So we have all elements, and Archicad classification has no values. We can hit plus. We can see if there are any. I've only got one here, and that's intentional. It's the north arrow. Similar here, we can go to unidentified positions, see if we got any there. My model's really clean. Unidentified structural. Again, my model's clean, it's all there. So that's cool. So you can go through with those. Now, I've set up a couple special ones in this project, which I'm going to add into my template in the future. Just haven't gotten to it yet because I just created these today. And it's these all types classification, all types element ID, all types layer. I might come up with some more. Now, why this is nice, if we click on all types classification, element type is all types, element classification is building element proxy. And that's just a placeholder, because what I want to be able to do is say, eyedropper the toilet. Now it says Archicad classification sanitary terminal. Now I can hit plus, and it's going to select all my objects that have that. Now the element type switches to object, so I could go to all types and hit plus in case there's something that's not an object. Similarly, I've got one for element ID. So if I want to, here, eyedropper that, it says element ID contains 2D millwork, hit plus, I've now selected all of those. This one's now actually shouldn't be this should just be 2D tile. So now if I hit plus, that one isn't included. Once you have these default criteria, you could also tweak it and say starts with, and just do 2D, and now it's going to select all those. So if you set up some of these, like all types layer, you can use that to start the criteria, then you can add more. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that makes sense. Find and select is really powerful. It's great to use, and remember to eyedropper to start. And if you find that you're always using find and select repeatedly, you can create some custom criteria sets, such as classification, element ID, and layer. Those are the big three that jump out in my mind, but you can imagine a whole bunch of others. And again, they could be much more complex. It could be layer, element ID, and classification. It could be story. You know, there's so many things here. It could be, you just have to figure out what your default criteria that you need it to be to provide the value you need it to be. As always, please like and subscribe. And thank you, Madeline, for editing the video.